Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, non-verbal communication, that is, we talk game, relationships, everything in between. Let's talk about sitting down at a table. We talk about the minute things in life and we break it down as to why it's ever so important. And you dial it in and apply this into your life, because this is the be all and end all of communication, right? Effective communication, at least. If you sit at a table opposite to another person, right? That's incredibly intimate and borderline aggressive. You're not going to get a point across very well if you sit across a table to another man, as a man, facing directly head to head. You're going to be triggering not only yourself but them with this aggressive and volatile energy. It's too intense. Men should not approach men from the front unless it's intimate to an extent where I need to communicate with you and only you and nobody else can be involved, generally standing, or it's aggressive, okay? You're much better blading your body to one particular side. Now, on the flip side, if you are dating and you are sitting across a table with a woman you find interested, that intimacy is actually to your benefit, you know? There is a difference, but it depends on whether that's a man or a woman, full stop. If you're at a square table or alike and you're wanting to communicate and be fruitful with your message, with the way things are going, with the engagement, it's best to sit corner to corner with that individual. So you have the proximity in your favor. You're close, like friends. As friends we come together, okay? As people who should want to work together, want to be intimate in the best sort of way. You're close by, but you're not fully facing. You're not engaging in this overt non-verbal manner, because as we know, when we expose our ventral side and when we are exposing our chest and our stomach, our internal organs, the be all and end all, we've got things going on in our heads which run under the surface that we consciously don't pick up on, but that discomfort and our intuition is ringing bells. Our threat response is ringing bells because the animal in us knows that we're in potential threat if that person was to poke us in that particular area. You see where I'm coming from? It's your vitality, it's your survival mechanism. That's important, is to pay attention. So you don't approach men from the front. It's why we feel awkward when we pass people in the street. When we cross head to head, it's because we're fully frontal with that other person. It's quite intimidating. But like I said, on the flip side, when you're with a woman, that intimacy is actually quite good. But let it be known that you are also engaging in that borderline aggressive non-verbal communication. Just the mathematics is just, it works a little bit better. When it's two men, it's just, there's too much of that masculine energy. It's overt, okay? This is saying that you're not, a homosexual, and then that's a different ball game, innit? When you're engaging in that manner, it might be alike the masculine and the feminine engaging. You tell me. I don't know. So when you're in a job interview, it's very hard. You can't dictate the seating arrangement. So if you're sat fully frontal to the potential employer of you, you want to blade your body somewhat. So you are there engaged, but you're not completely 100%. But you're not towards the door. You're not towards an exit. You're just a little bit ajar. So you can engage with them and look at them. But you don't have that underlying aggressive value. And if everybody else is going into that interview and facing them fully frontal, and you don't, because you're, even if it's 5% adjusted to one particular side, they're non-verbally gonna, well, I say non-verbally, they're subconsciously gonna prefer you in that regard. They'll think, I had a tricky feeling about them other people, but this guy's got something a little bit different and I can't put my finger on why. And it could be just down to the fact you're not being overtly aggressive with that interviewer, you know, not being too intense. Yeah, you're like a friend more so than competition. When we play chess, we're head to head. What do you call it? When you are in competition, you're head to head with somebody, right? That's quite literal. You are head to head, fully frontal. It creates incredible intimacy, but incredible aggressive energy as well when it's man to man in particular. And although it is intimate, when you are dating, it may start off in that realm because it's symbolic of you being alone in a crowded room. When you are facing that woman and she is facing you, nobody else exists. Such as if you were standing upright and both your feet were facing towards each other. Other people are going to find it hard to participate in that communication, in that conversation, until you open up and triangulate the way you are all facing, right? And you all look towards a middle point as opposed to one another. So when you're dating, you might initially start across the table from each other, getting to know each other, and then a couple drinks down, as you start to become more comfortable with each other, at some point you may end up sitting side by side. And you may end up being so close that you are physically connected to that person. So although we've lost intimacy in one realm, we've tripled up on it in another. Because now we are creating physical contact. And the physical contact is way more of an abundant indicator of interest and attraction, and a creator of attraction and bonding, than being without connect but facing towards. So you have to do the maths as to how this works. There's proxemics, so the proximity of one to another, how close are they, how far are they, and then how are you bladed towards them. Yeah, and if you're bladed towards them to a point where you are actually quite direct, are they concealing their torso, their chest or so forth as a non-verbal response to the intensity you are creating? You are creating a threatening feeling within them for them having to do that. That's some game. And on that note, click like and subscribe. I got 2 videos. Well, I say 2 videos. I got a bunch of videos. I got 2 playlists, 2 links down in the description. One of them is the Catalogue of Body Language. It's my YouTube playlist of over 220 videos, how to read people non-verbally. Second to that is the Patreon, where you'll join me in looking at attraction and repulsion cues from real life dates, real footage. I'll break it down to you. You'll take it in the real world. That's where the magic is. I'm signing out. Peace.